All right, so we have a percentage word problem here that reads, a new phone costs $949.95. Compute the sales tax if the tax rate is 8%. Round your answer to the nearest hundred. So we're going to solve this two ways. So let's start with rewording what's being asked of us. Essentially, what this question is saying is, what is 8% of $949.95? All right, so if you live in the city of Philadelphia, you'll know that 8% is the sales tax that is charged inside of Philadelphia, even though the state sales tax is 6%. In Philadelphia, you pay 8%. So here we go, our algebraic translation. We know if we have what, that's going to be our variable, x, I'll use equals for is, and then our 8% is going to be written in decimal form. So 8% as a decimal notation is 0.08. All right, and then we know when we see of, we're going to multiply. So we'll go ahead and multiply the 0.08 by the 949.95. All right, so on your homework, you'll see that these particular questions are in a separate assignment where calculators are permitted. So let's go ahead and plug this in. We have 0.08 times 949.95, and that gives us 75.996. Now we do need to round this to the nearest hundred. So 9 is in the hundreds place and 6 is in 1,000. So 5 and above, give it a shove. But 9 has to go to 10. So then we bump the 10th place, and that's a 9. So that has to go to 10. So now we have to go into the ones place and bump that up 1. So we end with 76.00, which we can just write as $76. That is the sales tax on this particular phone. Okay, let's rewind. Let's look at this again, and instead we're going to use the percent proportion. Now remember, our percent proportion, you can use is over of equals the percent over 100. So in this case, if we're going to use that, if we go back to our statement here, what is 8% of 949.95? What is, that's the unknown. So that's going to be our n. Or, you know what, let's keep it consistent. We'll just say x. Okay. And then the of, it says of 949.95. So the of is 949.95. And then this is equal to, our percent is 8 over 100. Now, if you want to simplify this fraction first, you can into 2 over 25. But since we're using a calculator on this question, it doesn't really make a difference. So I'm going to go ahead and cross multiply the x in the 100. So we have 100x equals, and then the 8 in the 949.95. So let's go ahead and plug that in. 8 times 949.95, and that gives us 7599.6. All right, and then we'll go ahead and divide both sides by 100. And so that gives us x is equal to, and we know since we're dividing by 100, essentially just shifts the decimal point to the left 2 digits. So we have 75.996, which again, when we round, we get x is equal to 76.